the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
Like historical performance, Johnny Manziel. That list, as you kept getting further and further into the stats, getting like more touchdowns, more yards, it kept dwindling down to one person. That was Hendon Hooker. And they're going to put up similar or better numbers this year with Joe Milton, because you get to cover not just the full 53 and a half, you got to cover like the full 100 yards, because he can almost throw it the whole length of the field. It's stupid.
Yeah. It's
maybe
funny.
they are back. I don't know. Maybe I've just talked myself into it.
I love it. Is Milroe going to start every game this year? What does your gut tell you?
If Tyler Buckner starts a single game, I will jump ship and become the Georgia fan that I'm accused of being constantly on Twitter, or Tennessee, for your sake. I don't know.
Thank you. You're always welcome.
It's the least I could do.
Thank you.
I think he starts game one. The problem with Milroe is it is going to be. I said this going at the end of last season. I would love to watch him start a full year. Would love it. It would be the most entertaining 9-3, 10-2 team imaginable. It's Blake Sims without the accuracy. But like the problem you're going to have with him as the quarterback is maybe he's taken a step forward and doesn't turn the ball over as much this year, because he had 3 turnovers in that A&M game. People forget the Arkansas game because he had that big run on 3rd and 15. They pulled away late. But he was 1 of 4 for 3 yards in the second half of that game through the air. And that was the offense was throwing the football.
Well, now you got Tommy Rees. Things are cooking.
I like Tommy Rees. I know that you guys are making fun of it, but I think he's going to be good. He was the next guy in line to be the head coach at Notre Dame.
That's fine, but you wanted a certain Washington offensive coordinator, Mr. Grubb.
Also, I would have loved to have him for sure.
Completely different offense, by the way. And we're walking down this. You know what I hate? And it's only Bama and Georgia now that can do this for whatever reason. I don't know if you've seen this, Chris, but like the Alabama offense and the Georgia offense, it doesn't matter if it's Bobo or Monk, and it doesn't matter if it's Reese or Kiffin or O'Brien. I'm like, no, it does. It does. This is insane. I can't believe we're just allowing this to happen. That there's no change. It's going to be the exact same. It's just. They play same sheet, same call sheet, same everything, and
the Bobo thing is mind blowing. Let me say this. Okay, if the guy from Washington, he turned down Bama, which does not happen a lot at that position, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have left if I don't know what his goals are. If his goal is to be a head coach,
yeah. Do
you want to leave Washington where you have all of that returning and already put up all of those numbers, and you have all that coming back, to go down and get basically micromanaged for a redemption year where you're going to be like immediately the guy like put in front of the put to the flames, your feet to the flames, because Bama had a top 10 offense and defense last year in scoring and like for both sides of football, and fans hated both the coordinators, both of them. Like, it's so stupid. The Bobo thing is spot on, because that cracks me up. I think there's a significant drop off in points and yards per game from Bama. Like I think that like just from the standpoint alone of like there's gonna be a running clock, like numbers are going to naturally come down a little bit. Maybe not with offenses like Tennessee, but I think they're in a very small percentage of the country that's going to do that. But Tommy Rees's offenses, they run the football 60% of their play calls in 2 to 3 seasons he was at Notre Dame. Bill O'Brien he threw the football on 50.4% of his play calls a year ago, which is by far the lowest they've ever had under Saban. And I'm fully aware they don't have Bryce Young, Tua, Mac, or Jalen in that quarterback room. But it would be nice to, like I said, the Tennessee game, it would be nice to turn around and hand the ball off and just like maybe we play our odds in overtime and see what happens. Or like
that game's a blowout if you do that. Like Tennessee's rush defense was good last year. That was the sneaky thing when people talk about it. It's like the rush defense is good. If you had to play that way and there's no Bryce, when Bryce had the fumble in the end zone and he just picks it up and gets it out and completes it on the right-hand side, you're like, only like one quarterback in the country can do that. Like, Bryce kept Alabama in that game. He took some big shots. He was unfazed by that atmosphere. Hendon Hooker was unfazed. Like, I thought it was over. The Dallas Turner fumble, scoop, and score. Like, most Tennessee quarterbacks would have folded. Most quarterbacks in general would have been like, oh, that was our moment. We just blew it. And now Alabama's going up for the kill.
Yeah. I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I think it's a tremendous win. You can't take it away from.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, the people who are worried, they're like, oh, we're getting away from that stupid quarterback-driven offense nonsense. I'm like,
they gave you all the success.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Like it's the Saban brain where you're like, we're pivoting the murder ball and it's not going to be fun. And like we're now analyzing if Saban's smiling when he's leaving press conferences. It's like maybe the guy is just having a good time because he's older and he's like, I bought a condo, I bought a mansion in the beach. Like I know I'm riding out. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe he's like, I'm not taking it that seriously anymore. Maybe it's like I have nothing to prove. Like
my main thing with why this Bama team I think is going to be better than people think is like the offense is going to be whatever. I really do think it's going to be the most criticized offense because they're going to have such a natural drop off. They're not putting.
Well done, nephew. Chase Thomas podcast. Hell yeah.